Hey Capricorn, how are you? It's me, Lauren B. Welcome to the Untitled Tarot. We're gonna do your read this week. This is the third deck that I pulled for you. I pulled out the Rider-Waite, and then they were like, Tarot of the Old Path. So I was like, okay, so I pulled out the Tarot of the Old Path. And then I was looking over here at like all of my boxes of decks, because I kind of have to have them like packed up a little bit, because we know I'm in flux right now. And the Dreams of Gaia tarot popped out, and I was like, but I thought that you wanted me to use the Tarot of the Old Path, like Capricorn Earth sign, like, and then I was like, Dreams of Gaia, Earth. So you guys are trying to be, you're in a very earthy energy. Obviously you're an Earth sign, but you're also trying to be very celestial. It's like, and it's, I had to pick three decks. So I'm almost saying like decks, like pirate ships, or like decks, like levels. You guys have been like leveling up, which makes sense if we are rolling over from your last reading that we did, which was like very intense. It was very cool how the turntables, I think is what we called. I have a feeling this is gonna be a little bit like the reading I just did for Leo, which really like threw me for a loop, but we're gonna see. I have a feeling you're gonna have a freaky ass read today, Capricorn. I really do. That's what my spirit is telling me. So the Dream of Gaia tarot. So this very similar to the Mystical Moments, that's not right, of the Mystical Dream Tarot. That, yeah, you guys are all over the place. Okay, maybe it's me, maybe I'm all over the place. The Mystical Dream Tarot that we did last time, the suits on the cards don't mean nearly as much as the actual imagery on the cards, so bear with me, Capricorn, bear with me. Capricorns are such leaders, so I think that's why you guys feel like there's like a lot on your plate, is how it feels, where it's like you're trying to be rooted and like very grounded into 3D and make, you know, very like boss man, boss lady moves, but also stay very connected spiritually, really trying to like take your downloads that you're getting, the instructions that you're getting, right? Obedience, kind of like we talked about in Sunday service, like, okay, I'll move this deck. Okay, I'll use this deck. Okay, fine, I'll use this deck. Like, but maybe I'm also hearing like third time's a charm. Third time's a charm, Capricorn. I almost called you Libra. We're in Libra season. So that's justice. Maybe third time's a charm. You're finally getting your justice now after moving through a couple different levels of things. I'm seeing now like skin layers, like 7 layers. That's interesting. 7 levels within 3 layers. Like 7 soul, like you've been through 3 seasons, 3 cycles, 3 karmic cycles of something where you had to learn 7 lessons within each cycle. That makes 21. Okay. Okay, Capricorn. Let's just see. And look, you're being difficult. Maybe that's it. Things have been really difficult for you. Things haven't been like shuffling, combining well for you. And now maybe things are starting to. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool, Capricorn. One more. Let's make it a good one. There you go. Let's make it a good one, Capricorn. Ooh, that was perfect. Oh, third time's a charm. That was perfect. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, stop yelling at me. Don't yell at me. That's what I get. That's what I get for being sassy. Yep. All right, we got this. We got this. This one flew on the floor. All right. All right, hold please for production. All right, you have out the Counselor, and then you have out Healing. It's on its side. So for me as a reader, when cards come out on their side, that means that there's a lot of free will choice involved in it. This Counselor, I'm seeing dolphins. Are these whales? All right, interesting. We'll go. I'm going to digest that. So Counselor. So this for me is feeling a little bit like an angelic assistant, a guardian angel, a spirit guide, source energy in its purest form, God, whatever that is for you. And then you have this free will healing that's going on as well. Like I said, I feel like you guys are like taking on a lot. Like you guys have a lot on your plate. So I'm almost getting the impression that in having to get a lot done, with there being a lot on your plate, that in doing so, you also realize that part of the reason that all of this was happening was to trigger up certain aspects of yourself that needed to be revealed to you for reflection and then healing. and really kind of having to make that decision. If you were going to schedule time for yourself to heal, like make a conscious decision whether to kind of take a step out of a few different things so that way you could focus your energy more on more important things, prioritizing things, learning how to prioritize yourself and your own healing, making sure that that was part of it. Because you, as a Capricorn, you could just go and accomplish and do a lot of things, right? And then kind of put your healing, like schedule it later, like put it on the back burner. But yeah, but I'm getting the impression that you decided, because then you have a followed out by the choice card, right? And this is card number 0. 0 is like an infinite number. When I see 0, I think like stem cell. You put that frequency anywhere and it amplifies. It can become anything, which is actually really amazing. So really deciding if and when you wanted to heal. I'm almost seeing like different things too, like what you wanted to work on. Inner child, heart healing, shadow work, like really just like picking and choosing like what aspects of yourself that you wanted to work on while also trying to accomplish a lot of other stuff. So I feel like you're probably pretty tired, because I'm feeling a little bit tired right now and I haven't done enough readings to be like very, very tired. And one of these faces is like very bright and illuminated, right? And this other one is a little bit more in shadow, and it's also crying, right? And then there is this water energy coming out of here too. I'm getting like emotional purging, making that choice to do emotional purging. I'm also getting, and there's a little frog on this card too, which is very indicative of like cleaning out the clutter, emotional baggage, energetic attachments that are no longer serving us. And there is this like snake over here too. So like cycles, shedding old cycles, deciding to emotionally shed old cycles and energetic attachments, making that choice from a logical and also an emotional place, knowing I think that it was dragging you down. Because then also there's this fire right here with another snake wrapped around it, choosing to almost take a harder path, do more of like the hard work up front, deciding to almost like overload yourself with not only 3D stuff, but also celestial, spiritual work that you had to do with the help of this counselor, right? Feels like Michael to me. A lot of it, because with all this blue energy, yeah, a lot of it feels like a lot of Archangel Michael energy coming in to give you that extra strength that you need to have accomplished this. Fascinating. And then there's this apple over here too. So I'm getting like poison apple, like trying to resist a certain amount of temptation as well. Shannon Yvette, who is a minister that I love so much. She's so dear to my heart. She always says that distractions confirm destiny. And I love that, right? It's like how we say here, like with every new level, there's a new devil. There's always opposition that meets opportunity. It always just comes that way because all things in balance. We are in Libra season, so, scales of balance over here. That, as you were doing all of this work, I'm also getting that there was also equal amounts of distractions coming in for you, trigger moments coming in for you, temptations coming in for you too, almost as like little tests and little trials. Remember, I was getting 7 lessons within 3 cycles, 3 layers, right? That was part of it as well too, almost to kind of teach you how to temper yourself spiritually, emotionally with all this water energy, learning how to balance your schedule, like learning to schedule yourself in this as well. It's really fascinating. And then you have it followed up where this would be card number 11. This is a fire sign. Doesn't really matter, these suits. I see this as like a new, hold on a second. Is this, hold on. Hold please for production. It's funny that I did my fingers like this and this is what's on the card. Okay, so this, it's like the whole conversation we just had. So, this is another element of your spiritual support team, right? It could be another guardian angel, archangel, spirit guide, source energy, whatever you want. Because I asked them, I was like, wait, is this the temptation energy over here? Is this like devil energy kind of doing this? Or I was like, or is this you guys? And they were like, a little bit of both. And I was like, what does that mean? And they were like, they think it's oppositional energy, but it's really us. So I think some of these temptations that were coming in for you, these distractions, whatever it may be, I think that you might have perhaps perceived it as being like a low vibrational interference, but in actuality, because also Archangel Michael is Love him. But he's also like a little bit of like that Saturn energy. He is a little bit of a disciplinarian as well. Like I said, he comes through very much as the color blue for a lot of people. He comes in as blue a lot for me too, but specifically he does operate on a red wave, right? 7 archangels, Roy G. Biv, 7 colors. He operates on the red wave flame. So I think in the beginning of this, he was really kind of teaching you, soothing you a little bit, giving you the strength to do this healing, helping temper you out, like do all this so that way you can make this free will choice whether or not you wanted to really invest this in yourself, do so much of the heavy lifting up front so that way the rest of your cycle, I think this is more of your higher self doing this as well. So that way the rest of your season, your cycle, the third time's a charm, ran a lot smoother for you. But then here again, he presents himself. And this is like that Aikido energy, right? This is like building that spiritual immunity kind of at battle, at war, sort of allowing certain distractions, allowing certain temptations that you think were brought in as like an oppositional energy from a low vibrational, but it actually was allowed in from very high frequency, high vibrational spirit guides, angels, your spirit team, higher self, whatever it may be, in order to teach you how to, again, a little bit like that Leo reading, because tigers came through the Leo reading as well. And tigers are very symbolic of turning anger and aggression into wisdom, learning how to transmute that and use it as fuel, right, to kind of power you up a little bit. And that's what I see happening here. So any of this stuff that was going on for you, these little poison apples, I don't think they were actually brought in by devil energy. I think they were brought in by your higher self. They were brought in by your angels, by your spiritual support team. So that way you could integrate both your light and dark sides. So that way you had a union of your parts, a little bit of a soul retrieval, right? So that way your essence, which was much stronger in order to accomplish this healing, as well as everything else you had to get done, in order to plant your seeds. They're telling me that you also need fire in order to grow things, right? It's like you plant, you're an earth sign, right? It's very earthy energy right here. You need to plant those, but then you need to water them. And then you need heat. You need solar energy in which to grow them, right? It's like photosynthesis. It's really interesting. And here he has like an ace, an overflowing like ace of cups in his hand. Almost like a little bit of that carrot on the stick sort of energy. Like, this is for you, but it's like you have to learn to like battle your inner demons. It's not the outer demons for Capricorns anymore. It's been like the inner demons that you've had to fight. Oh, wow. Wow. And look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. There are flowers growing here, right? And the sword that is illuminated is the one that's touching it and almost giving it the energy in which for these flowers to grow. How beautiful. Yeah, because look, you have the masculine and you have the feminine card in reverse at the bottom of the deck. What you're saying is that before you began this, these energies weren't integrated for you anymore. Light and dark, feminine and masculine. Libra season, justice, scales of balance. Now you've learned how to do this. Wow. Wow, Capricorn. Oh, I love that for you. Oh, hot damn. Okay. Look, see, it's like my energy is coming back now that it's like the 7th test trial that you've done in this last level, you know, and it's like 3rd time's a charm. Now you got it. Now you're integrated. Because look, now you have the 3 of Pentacles. You put in that work and now you're planting. You know how to do it. And there's a squirrel. Squirrels kind of symbolically, they talk about believing in yourself, but they also talk about like having fun in the process, like learning to just kind of like be a little bit like a rag doll and just like let yourself like take the impact so that way it doesn't like break you to bits, and then just kind of like tuck and roll, right? Like a fire drill, just like tuck and roll, get out of the building. We can do that because now you can plant, and it's the same flowers that are down here are over here now. It's like you've learned how to work in your own energy. You've learned how to integrate. You've learned how to plant. You've learned how to be very earthy in your own energy, but also be very celestial as well. And then you have out the hero card. It's like you learned how to like save yourself. You learned how to be your own hero. That's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Look, and there's peacock feathers up here. Peacock feathers are very indicative of individuality. They're indicative of protection. They're also about like personal expression and pride, having pride in yourself too. You've really like reinforced your sense of integrity and self-worth and honor by being able to save yourself. That's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. Look, and then look at this card. these two feminine energies. And this is it's like three feminine energies. Perhaps there was a lot of injured, wounded inner feminine that you had to deal with, again, on 3 different karmic cycles, right? That you had to do that. But in doing that, now it's like they're together. Again, it's like the kind of lighter and the darker energies within you, like your shadow inner feminine and your higher self inner feminine have now come in, because the inner feminine nurtures, right? She imbibes, she gestates, she nurtures, and then she births all of this abundance. The birthing process is like bringing those daisies, bringing those flowers up. It's gorgeous. And then you have Queen of the fucking Earth. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. And now that you've gone through, it's almost like this trial by fire sort of thing. Now you get to be back as like the Queen of Pentacles in your Earth energy, but like crowned as your own hero, being able to sit with all of your abundance, knowing how to plant it. That's gorgeous. And I'm also very drawn to these acorns. I know they say it's like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but the acorns are very similar in that as well. Like an acorn falls from a tree, doesn't go very far. And then eventually these squirrels, right? The squirrels take the acorns and then eventually they plant themselves. I'm getting like very like lineage, like dynasty kind of thing. It's like almost in the sense of like by doing this, you've kind of healed some kind of generational trauma issues. You know, people think you know, my family's cursed. Your family's not cursed. That's not even a real thing. Maybe it is. I don't think so. It's more of like generational trauma, generational poverty mindsets, generational disenfranchisement. That's the word. That goes through for decades and decades and decades and decades, that it becomes so permeated in the energetic lineage of your people. Okay. But you've gone through, I guess, perhaps through all of those layers. And you've really worked that out for yourself. So now it's like you are the tree. You are providing shade for generations. You have done this. Like you were the first of your kind. Capricorn, I'm hearing you were the first. It is feeling a lot like your last reading as well, how the turntables. You are the first of your kind. You are the hero. You saved yourself, but without even realizing it, you've somehow managed to energetically save future generations from having to perpetuate the same trauma, the same toxic masculine and feminine dynamics, the same kind of perpetuating like the same poverty mindset, scarcity mindset that has been going through, that you were kind of raised, that you just kind of absorbed. And now you've healed that. You've saw that you're not only your own hero, but now you've unknowingly saved future generations, and you are the tree now to provide shade for them. That's beautiful. And now acorns are going to start falling from you and plant for your future generations. And these, oh my God, it's gorgeous. Okay, I want to see what else is there anything else for you. I knew this was going to be a freaky little reading. I love it. I love it. Wow. Wow. It's your higher self, Cappy. You hear that? Yeah, this is your higher self, right? Look at the rainbow coming in at the top of your crown. Rainbow frequency. Rainbow frequency is indicative of Christ consciousness, higher self, right? It's absolutely gorgeous with the complete integration of your light and your dark, your higher frequencies and your lower frequencies. Lower frequency, it doesn't always mean bad and negative. All things in balance, everything whole. With your heart like intact, being able to operate, because that's how we have abundance and flow and manifestation and answered prayers. It's having that whole heart chakra energy. And at the top over here, I don't know if you can really see it, but these almost look like little bunnies. And bunnies, you know, like bunnies, you know, their fertility, their abundance. I'm also very drawn to this ring. You've made it through the rings, like the spiral. I'm seeing the spiral card in the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. Like you've made it through, like I said, the layers, the levels. 7 lessons in 3 layers, 21. Also, some of you might wear like a ring like this. They're telling me. Some of you might wear like a big black ring, like a black onyx. Some of you might wear like a black onyx. Is this? Anyway. Anyway, I want to see if there's anything else they want to give you. Okay. Ah, oh, I love it. The Sage. The student becomes the teacher, Mr. Miyagi. I love that for you. Look, you've got your Ace of Fire. Wolves are very, very intuitive. Owls. And like these both come out a lot at night. So it's really being able to use your intuition. I'm getting like they're showing me like the bat, right? Ancestral energy, magic, echolocation, being able to use your extra sensory abilities, gifts to kind of tune into your intuition and sort of light the way for others. Like I said, being that hero for yourself, but also being able to now light the path for others. Almost like when you hike a trail and the hikers that have gone before you sort of mark the trail so you know where to go a little bit because you've seen it all now. That's gorgeous. I love that. Look at the bottom. Time, space, practical, earth, sacred geometry. I'm getting sacred geometry. I think Water Baby Tarot just did a video on sacred geometry. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw it. I'm getting like something about computers. Inner computers. I'm seeing like coding. Sacred geometry, coding, like 11101111 sort of thing. And this clock, divine timing. Understanding how the universe works a little bit more. Understanding interdimensionally on both sides of the veil, again, earthy and celestial, how this all comes together. Because you actively made that choice in the beginning to heal this with all of this help, which feels like I said from Archangel Michael, which is gorgeous. And I have been saying Michael all day. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Look, it kind of looks like him too. Look, all that blue, the wings in the back. I love that. I love that. It's like Archangel Michael is like your trainer. It's like your boxing coach. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, Capricorn, this was your read. I don't know if that made any sense to you, but this was your read. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for investing the time and the energy and the intention in here, building up our little beehive. I love to return all of that love back to you with my energy and my intention. All of the information you should need from me will be in the description box. So my email for personals, all the decks that I own are in there if you want to get them for yourself. My social media links, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff's in there. Thank you for subscribing and for liking and commenting. I love talking to you guys. I love when you guys talk to each other. You guys are just the best. I'm so blessed to be here and to just know you and get to read for you. It's just, every day is a good day because of you guys. So thank you so much. I love you. Enjoy Libra season. Enjoy the level up. And I will see you next time, Capricorn, okay? All right, goodbye.